Welcome to the best damn sports podcast on the planet. I am your host, Brandon Combs. This is Triple Shot Sports. Man, oh man, the World Series is over. We've got 154 days until we see baseball again. Well, regular season baseball again. Hopefully, if COVID doesn't screw that crap up for us again. But 154 days until opening day. There is no baseball. It is sad. I am sad. The Dodgers are world champions. That makes me even sadder. But what makes me even sadder than that is that I am joined tonight by Hoffy. Hoffy, what's going on, buddy? Oh shit, you're on mute, you rookie.
Me, that's all you. What's up, Ginger Nation? Combs, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm all right. There's no baseball. We don't get baseball again until February. I'm looking forward to the off season. It's going to be a crazy off season. The Cubs have a lot of moves to make, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see where some of these free agents go as well. That'll be interesting. But the way that the Rays just faded out after that Game 4 win really surprised me. I really thought that I thought this was going to go 7. I really thought the Rays were going to win this one in 7. But they look, man. Give kudos to the Dodgers. They came out and did their thing. They could have let that Game 4 loss totally destroy them, and they didn't. And they came back out and they won it in 6. I mean, Kevin Cash. I don't know what you were doing, man. I get the analytics, and I get what you were doing. I get what you had been doing all season long, and you're like, we're going to stick to a plan. But that was horrible, man. I mean, this kid had only thrown 73 pitches. They looked horrible against him. The top three in the lineup were 0-6 with 6 strikeouts, and they were the ones coming up when you take him out of the game. Nobody was happier to see him leave than the Dodgers were. I mean, you heard that in the post-game interviews, Mookie say he smiled at the manager when it happened. I mean,
I told you, though, my boy Mookie, he was going to have a series. I called the Dodgers. I thought they were definitely losing Game 6, so I thought we were going to see 7, and I was excited for a Game 7 to see, what we got out of, a crazy COVID, 2020 season with a Game 7. But
you know what? The best thing about Mookie is that he got that big contract, and what has been the thing? Every time you see one of these big contracts, what happens?
Yeah,
the guy goes, they disappear. Mm-hmm. They just cliff dive. I mean, it happened with A-Rod. It happened with Pujols. Oh, yeah, and then Mookie got it, and I mean, Mookie just set the world on. I mean, Mookie's the MVP this year, right?
Yeah, but Mookie's also young compared to Pujols. When they got those contracts, they were at the tail end. Mookie is still in his prime, and Boston, just didn't want to pay him. And I think the Dodgers are gonna, the 12 years, you might the 11th and 12th year might be sore, but I think you do get at least 7, 8, solid bet seasons before you see that tail end,
Yeah.
So
and I
on the Dodgers. That's why they brought him there.
Yeah, it got them a World Series. It ended that drought, and they're going to be good for a long time. The Dodgers are going to be a staple of the National League for at least the next 5 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're that good. The pitching staff is that good. I was happy for guys like Clayton Kershaw. I mean, I know we know Jay thinks he's the greatest pitcher of all time, but I was happy for guys like that. I'm happy to see a Cody Bellinger. When I like guys like Cody Bellinger, just grind it out. I mean, those are grind it out type of players. I love a guy like Mookie Betts, Justin Turner, and we'll get to Justin Turner in a minute. I know the whole Justin Turner thing has the whole world in an uproar, and I'm gonna flip out when we talk about it. But guys like that, I'm happy for. Oh man, dude, screw it. Let's get into it. Okay, so Justin Turner is playing the game. He's playing Game 6 of the World Series, and in the bottom of the 7th inning, he gets pulled. And he gets pulled because they knew they had an inconclusive test, COVID test for him before the game. They knew that. It actually had happened earlier in the week. It happened on Monday when they had an inconclusive test. So they had a choice. Major League Baseball had a choice. Do we hold him out or do we let him play? They didn't hold him out. They let him play. And then in the 8th inning, they pull him and say, we've got to pull you. It came back positive. I don't know. Why are you letting him? If it's such a big deal and you're worried about this, why are you letting the man play the game? He had an inconclusive test before the game started. So you let him go in for 6-7 innings. They take the lead in what, the 6th inning? And then in the 8th inning, Mookie's, and what is he doing in the dugout, man? He's high-fiving, he's hugging. They're yelling in each other's faces. Like, he's played their base all game long. Like, I don't understand. Like, what the hell? So now because we find out now. All right, now it's positive. So now go sit in the back. What? He was already out here. What you already exposed them to everything that you wanted to save them from. So what is the point? And then to damn this man for coming out to celebrate with his team. Let me tell you something right now. And look, I'm all me right here. Okay? This is all me right here. You damn this man for going out to celebrate with his team. This is something he worked his entire life for. His entire life was geared for this one moment. And you never know if you're getting this moment again. Sure, the Dodgers are going to be competitive. He's a free agent this year. So he's not guaranteed that he's going to be with the Dodgers next year. He's also not guaranteed that he's going to play with a team that has a chance to go to a World Series next year. Or for the rest of his career. His entire life from the time he was a child. You don't make the major leagues starting off. You don't decide after you graduate high school, hey, you know what? Yeah, I think I want to get into the field of Major League Baseball player. That's not how it works. You start at a young age, and you groom yourself, you work your butt off, and you get to this level. And to damn this man for going out to celebrate that one moment he worked his entire life for, because Major League Baseball dropped the damn ball. All season long, Major League Baseball dropped the ball. And Rob Manfred, you deserve every boo that you got that night. I don't care how uncomfortable it made you feel. You are a clown, and you do not need to be in the game of baseball. Major League Baseball dropped the ball, and to damn Justin Turner for doing what he did. Granted, yes, he took his mask off to take the picture. He had his mask off later on. But there was also a ton of time where he was wearing his damn mask. But they don't want to show you that part. And now Major League Baseball is saying, we're going to launch an investigation into him breaking protocol? How about you launch an investigation into yourself about not having a goddamn protocol? You guys are a joke right now. Major League Baseball is an absolute joke, and they dropped the ball all season long with this COVID stuff. And Hoffy, I don't know what to tell you, man. I love this game, but this moment right here, man, it drives me nuts. The only person on ESPN that I heard say anything about this, like I'm saying it right now, was Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
And that shocked the hell out of me. But he went and he said, hey, look, I would have done the same thing. Any one of us would have done the same. You worked your entire life for one moment. And that one moment's going to go. And not only, but nobody's even thinking it might be a false positive test. What if it's a false positive test?
Hey, yeah,
and then you're going to take this moment away? You already took him off the field. He couldn't be on the field for the final damn out. Something he's earned.
My fiance's grandmother is in a nursing home. She's 100 years old. There's 50 plus people in the nursing home, plus the nurses, etc. All of them were tested. Her grandmother was the only one that tested positive of the 100 plus people. They forced her grandmother to leave the nursing home. They went the next day, got a test, came back negative. Next day, came back negative. They still made her wait the 14 days to go back to that nursing home. I mean,
and I get it. I get that point. Because
no, I'm on your side here. You know,
the whole COVID thing. Like I look, I try not to get political on this show. The frickin' election is almost over. We've got about a week left, and then we're gonna find out who the president is. So this whole COVID thing is finally gonna frickin' disappear, and I can't wait because this whole frickin' thing is about numbers. It's about politics. It's about frickin' votes. That's what this whole damn charade is about. You're not going to tell me that 230,000 Americans have died and you haven't shut down the country yet. If that's the case, then we're in a lot more trouble than just Donald frickin' Trump. So stop. Stop with the nonsense. Stop it. The numbers are inflated. The numbers aren't what they tell you it is. And to damn this man for doing this when his teammates knew he had a positive test and they brought him out from out back. They said, come with us. Come celebrate with us. They're out there hugging him too.
The only people that should have any say in this are the people that were involved in this.
Absolutely. 100%.
And we haven't heard them complain, so...
Yeah. But baseball's the one that dropped the ball here.
And baseball did this. They have to test them all before they all leave the bubble, correct? So shouldn't they all come back as...
Not only do you have to test them before they leave the bubble, but you're supposed to test them before every game. That morning, they're supposed to get tested and have results before the start of the game. How do you not get your results to the 8th inning, man?
And how did that virus make its way into the bubble?
Yeah. I don't know. This guy's been spamming our All Access Sports. I don't even know why I don't know who he is. Sarver Strike Zone. I don't know if you want on All Access Sports Network or something, but PM me, bro. We could talk, but I've seen you on a bunch of shows. All you say is Sarver Strike Zone. Cool. You got a show. We all got a show. Maybe I'll check it out, but probably won't. I don't know.
Nice mask, though.
Yeah.
Professor Leonard, he's got to be pumped today. No Jay.
Professor Leonard. Hey, you could have said hi to Combs and Hoffey today, and there would have been no right. That's all it is Combs and Hoffey.
No love lost today.
Tim, you try. I don't know what. I may have missed it during my rant. But look, I don't. Leonard, you're a professor. You're a smart man. You're a baseball guy. Why are people so hell-bent on this is on Justin Turner as opposed to being on Major League Baseball? It baffles my mind that Major League Baseball drops the ball this way. And I know it's a different level, and I know it doesn't mean the same, but this reminds me a lot of the steroid era. It was, we love the steroid era. We love you guys. I'll keep hitting home runs. Oh, crap, we got caught for steroids. Oh, these guys are horrible. Keep them out of the Hall of Fame. Justin Turner's getting treated just the same way. Oh, we don't have... It's an inconclusive test. We don't know. Go ahead and play the game. Oh, take him out in the 8th inning. Oh, you came out to celebrate the World Series with your team who you just spent, 3 hours on the field with against the other opponent? Shame on you. Stop!
35-plus years old. He's going to be a free agent this year. He's been there 3 out of the last 4 years. Let him enjoy himself.
Perfect answer, Professor Leonard. You cannot fix stupid. You can't. You can't fix stupid. And
I'm in trouble with you as a host.
I get so aggravated with this whole COVID thing because everybody's up and up. Gotta wear your mask. And I'll wear my mask. I'll go out to the store. I'll put it on, whatever. I gotta wear it to get in the store. I gotta wear it to get into the restaurant till I get to my seat. I gotta wear it to wherever I wear it. It is what it is. I understand. It's not about me. It's about the person next to me. Maybe they have an underlying condition. Maybe this thing affects them worse than it does me. Just like the flu.
I should probably get my flu shot, huh? I haven't done it in years. Never gotten sick.
I never get... You know what? The last 3 times that I've gotten the flu have been the last 3 times that I've gotten the flu shot. Imagine that. I don't get it anymore. But I understand that people believe in it, and I understand that people do it. For me, it's like the whole religion thing. Like, I have certain beliefs, I have certain ideas, but I don't subscribe to the same stuff that I subscribed to when I was a kid and I was sent to Catholic school. Like, I don't subscribe to that anymore because I think for myself. If people would just start thinking for them damn selves, man. People think about, I'm a Republican, or I'm a Democrat, so I have to feel this way, or I have to. No, you don't. You don't. Think for yourself. Listen to what the people are saying. If you actually sit there and believe that one of these two candidates that we have right now is a good choice, look what we've come to as a country. You've got to be sick as a country. I mean, come on. The best thing that we can do as a country for candidates to lead our damn nation is Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
The only ones with the money that want to do it.
And it's just, it's so bad, man. And it goes beyond sports, and I just, it drives me freaking nuts. But Justin Turner, do your thing, man. Celebrate with your team. Celebrate your moment that you worked your entire life for, man. Because I'll tell you right now, there are those of us who don't get to live that moment, who would have loved to have been in that moment. And there are those of us who are still working their ass off to get to where they want to be. You know, like doing a podcast for free with no money. That type of stuff. We're still working to get to where we want to be. And I'm telling you right now, COVID or no COVID, if ESPN or Fox Sports or Barstool Sports, hint hint, or Bleacher Report, hint hint, want to come calling, look, man, I'm going. COVID or no COVID. Like, I don't care. That's my moment. That's my time. Like, there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting there, and I don't care what you do or what you say. That's my moment that I worked my entire life for. It's not up for you to decide how I get to do it.
So 100% Dave Roberts is going to be positive within like the next 48 hours.
They've already tested all of them, and none of them have come back positive. They emergency tested every player on the team and every family member. The only person positive is Justin Turner. So that leads me to believe that one of two things. One, this isn't as contagious as they say. Or two, it's a false positive.
False positive, excuse me, yep.
I mean, oh my God. It drives me nuts.
Settle down, Gomes.
Jim Hoffman, back to sports, boys. I agree, sir. Back to sports. I need to go get my shot, and by shot I'm referring to Mr. Jack. Hey, I got some stuff sitting in my tumbler right now. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, let's get into our picks.
Yeah, look, other sports news. We are going to get to some NFL talk here. We've got Thursday Night Football is about to start. We got the Falcons and the Panthers going at it tonight and Thursday night. Hoffy, who do you have?
I got 31-27 Falcons tonight.
31-27 Falcons. Wow.
I think the Falcons get their first dub.
No. You know what I've got? Falcons already have a dub.
I mean, their first dub against Carolina, because they lost the first time against Carolina, excuse me. So they get this one.
Here's what I got. Atlanta jumps out to a 27-10 lead. And they have that in the fourth quarter. And the Carolina Panthers win 31-27. I have the same score, just opposite team. The Falcons can't hold on to a fourth quarter lead.
I know, but the first game he didn't have Julio Jones. He's got him this game, and him and Ridley make enough plays to get him a W this time.
Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley don't play defense. The offense hasn't been their problem all year long.
Like I said, 27 points is what the other team's putting up, so they'll get them 31.
I don't think that Falcons team's capable of holding anybody under 30.
Yeah, well, you're not capable of going over 30, so I mean... you win some, you lose some.
Oh, my God. All right, so... Professor Leonard is with us right now, so let's go over the picks that Professor Leonard and I have discussed and that we are going to go over here.
Are you going to
So we go up against the spread. What's that?
You're going to get them wrong like you do every other week where Professor has to come in and tell you got it wrong?
I won 2-1 last week.
I'm not talking about with the actual picks, but you always read the wrong
ones. Oh, no. I got the right ones. I got the right ones.
Let's go. Let's have at it.
All right. So the first game that we went up against was Lions versus Colts. The Colts are a 3-point favorite. And Professor Leonard took the Colts. I took the Lions and the points. I think the Lions are going to win this one outright. So I had no problems taking the Lions and the points in this one. Hoffy?
No. I think the Colts win this one 23-20 in a barn burner.
Ooh. Well, that would make it a push for the professor and I. So
yeah, Rivers is hard to trust on the road, but I think he gets this one done this week.
All right. And then the second game we picked was the Dolphins versus the Rams. Rams are a 3.5-point favorite. For me, it's Tua time, baby. Taking the Dolphins and the points.
Oh, I so want to.
Oh, I'm taking the Dolphins and the points. Professor Leonard is taking the Rams and giving me the points. I will take them. Tua time, baby.
I can't wait for Tua time. I think this week, 24-23. I think it's a close one, but no, I think he loses by one. So 24.
Does Tua survive the day? Does Tua survive the day, or does number 99 eat him at some point?
Number 99 gets some shots in, but no, I think Tua. He might be a little sore. He'll probably need an ice bath, but I give him at least 2 weeks before he's broken.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I took the Dolphins and the points there. The last one that we had, and this one's a doozy for it, because this one's it's an NFC North battle. It's the Packers and the Vikings. The Packers are a 6.5-point favorite. I took the Packers and gave them the points. He took the Vikings and took the points. I know it's a black and blue division. I know these teams always play each other close. For whatever reason, no matter, you could be the 0-15 Vikings versus the 15-0 Packers, and for some way, somehow, this will be a tight game. But the Packers are just playing too good right now. It's hard for me to not give up the points with how good they're playing and how bad the Vikings are playing. I think that combination, I think the Packers win this one big.
I'm going the opposite way. I think they still get the W, but 31-27. I think it's going to be your like you said, your black and blue division game, and
So you think the Vikings will score 27 on that defense? The Packers have a really good defense, man.
Yeah, but
the Vikings offense has been struggling.
I think you like that shows up, and unfortunately, he makes Benz and Reeves a little unhappy when they come in Tuesday and they got 2 wins.
No, Benz and Reeves will be happy.
No, they'll be pissed. They'll be tied with my Patriots, and
Oh yeah. If the Vikings win, they'll be unhappy. If the Vikings lose, they'll be very happy. So those are our 3 picks. I have the Lions +3. Professor has the Colts -3. I have the Dolphins +3.5. Professor has the Rams -3.5. I have the Packers -6.5. He has the Vikings +6.5. So those are our picks for the week. Good luck, Professor. I hope I sweep the weekend. But Professor's crazy pick of the week, or as Jay would call it, the crazy pick of the week. Oh, that guy. All right. So that would be the Cowboys over the Eagles. The Cowboys down to something. I don't know. What's his name? DiNucci? And I mean, they are. And I mean, I don't know, man. Zeke is going to have to run for 450 yards. And not only is he going to have to run for 450 yards, he's going to have to put it in the end zone like 7 times. I don't see that one, but his crazy picks of the week always tend to come through. So I'm not going to hit him too hard on the head with this one. What would you say?
I'm smashing him on the head with this 27-14 Eagles.
Eagles? All right. So let's get into our picks straight up. You have the Panthers winning or the Falcons winning tonight. I have the Panthers winning tonight. So let's get into Sunday's games.
There's no McCaffrey, boss.
I know there's no McCaffrey, but they're still 3-3. They've still got 2 more wins than the Falcons do.
That's just because the Falcons can't hold a lead, but
because they don't play defense.
Maybe they're behind a little bit in this game, so it gives them a chance to score a late touchdown with like 10 seconds left, so they don't have an opportunity to come back and blow a lead.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Last minute touchdown by Matty Ice.
All right, I guess we'll see. Let's get into Sunday games though. We've got the Patriots and the Bills.
Why do we got to start with this shit game?
Because that's the first game that I see on the schedule. It's the first noon game. So you got the AFC East battle, 2-4 Patriots versus the 5-2 Bills in Buffalo. Doesn't matter because there's no fans in the stands.
I really hope my father's not listening anymore.
I hope he is. Part-time Nerd says Mike Davis is good. Can't wait to see how the Falcons lose it this week. I agree. What's going on, Part-time Nerd? Love your stuff, Alan. All right, so Patriots, Buffalo. I've got Buffalo. I mean, no doubt.
Now they got no Edelman.
I think this is going to be
got a shoulder to lean on too.
I think this is Cam's last game with the Patriots. Whether he does good or does bad, I think they trade him before the trade deadline. So I'm going with the Buffalo Bills here to be 6-2, and the Pats to be shell shocked, and all of Pats Nation to be jumping off the bridge on Monday on Boston Sports Radio that I can't wait to listen to. Hoffy? I'm gonna give you full screen here so you can break your dad's heart.
I'm gonna refrain from speaking how I truly feel about you right now, Combs. But no, I got the Bills 24-17 in this one, and now we don't have Edelman either in this one, so it could even be uglier than that one.
Way to betray your home team. Your dad is so disappointed right now if he's listening.
Tampa Bay, baby.
He's listening.
TB12.
Oh, man. All right. Sorry, Mr. Offie. The Pats just aren't that good, and Cam Newton doesn't have the weapons that he needs.
Freaking Bears are the worst 5-2 team in the freaking world.
Still 5-2.
Yeah, 5-2 ain't getting them nowhere.
Still 3 games better than your Patriots.
Yeah, you'll be real thrilled when you got the 24th overall pick and you lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Hey, that 21st overall pick will still get us Kyle Trask out of Florida.
Yeah, and that'll get you another 11-5 record and
or maybe even Kellen Mond
bounce in the playoff. Sure, maybe you go 10-6 with that one, bounce in the first round of the playoffs. How you doing?
Seems bitter.
I'm telling you, my Bucks.
Oh crap!
New England South is going all the way this year.
All right, so let's my Bucks. He says this guy. All right, let's go. Titans, Bengals.
From New England go in the freaking wintertime down south.
5-1 Titans coming fresh off that loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cincinnati Bengals. 1-5. Joe Burrow playing his ass off. 2,000 yards passing already.
Oh boy, here we go.
9 touchdowns. I just can't do it. Derrick Henry and this team destroy the Bengals. This defense is going to be how Jay said that the Steelers defense is going to be. By the third quarter, they're going to look like they're scared of Derrick Henry.
Oh yeah, they're going to sell out to stop Derrick Henry, and then they're just going to hit all their speed weapons over the top. Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah.
This isn't going to be a close game. It's not going to be a fun one to watch. Bengals fans, close your eyes. Joe Burrow is about to finally get his butt whooped.
I think he's about to have a lot of turnovers, fumbles, interceptions. I think he's going to have an ugly day.
It's going to be a bad day for the Bengals. So
I think he still gets 2 touchdowns, but I don't. I think it's going to.
Well, he's good enough. He's good enough to lead them on a couple of the drives for sure. But the Titans are just too good, and those 2 drives are going to be like the end of the second quarter and maybe the first drive of the third quarter.
It's going to be 30-14, but not even that close.
Right. Yeah. All right. So then we've got this. I think this one's going to be a good game. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be one-sided. This is the Raiders and the Browns. Hoffy, you go first on this one.
Raiders and the Browns. I'm going to go with the Raiders 30-23. I don't think, especially now with, Beckham with the torn ACL. Maybe that does help Baker because you won't see those ridiculous triple coverage throws into triple coverage, hopefully. But at the same time, now they're going to be able to double team Landry, and his tight end's going to have to step up. And their running game's awesome, but I think once you stop, their one wide receiver now, Landry, you can they're one dimensional, and Baker's.
Stop it, part-time nerd! Stop it. He went up against the best front seven in Buffalo and destroyed them.
Yeah.
They've still got
not
the best front
right.
seven in the AFC.
Yeah, but they're not showing it this season. They're not playing with this year.
Man. All right, so back to Raiders and Browns.
How about we talk about their run defense after Cam Newton and the rest of the Patriots running backs play them? Because that's all they're going to do is run. So we're going to see how great their run defense is.
Let's go with the Raiders and the Browns. I'm with you. I'm going Raiders here. I like... Look, the way Baker looked last week against Cincinnati, it was a great win for them. It was a statement win for them, blah, 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 blah. But it was still the 1-5 Bengals.
And I saw a lot of throws that were...
Yeah.
The defender turned his head.
And just when you think Baker is starting to play well, he always finds a way to say, oh, nope, here I am. The real Baker Mayfield, here I am. So, I'm going Raiders here. Raiders get to above 500.
And,
yeah, absolutely. I think the Raiders win this one. So I'll go Raiders. It's probably a closer game, but I still think the Raiders win by 2 scores. So, all right, next game here is Colts and Lions. We touched on this one a little bit because it's one of me and Professor's picks here. I have the Lions +3, but I'm taking the Lions straight up in this one. I think that the Lions are a strong team. I think it's a team that the Colts will struggle with defensively. So I've got the Lions winning this one in a close one. I think Matthew Stafford will do enough to win this game.
I think the defense is coming together under Patricia, but I think Prater knocks home the game winner in this one, 23-20 for the Colts.
Yeah, for the Colts. You said Patricia knocks home the game winner.
No, I said the defense is coming together under Patricia and the Lions, but I think the Colts get a game winner from their kicker, Prater, isn't it?
Ooh, yeah, Prater.
Yeah, so like I said, Prater gets the game winner for the Colts. 23-20. You heard it here.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I know it's going to piss off part-time nerd because he's high on his Lions. And hey, I'm coming around your Lions. I'm coming around to him. Still have no faith in my boy.
They're still going to. I had them at 6-10, 7-9 somewhere in there. I think that's where they finish. But
they got to get rid of Matty Patricia. I'm not a fan of him. I know he's a New England guy, but I just don't think he's the right coach for them.
Yeah, well, they get Galladay back, and Galladay's a really good wide receiver, very underrated wide receiver. So
yeah, but Matty Stafford's got to make sure he doesn't get him killed last week, man. Yeah. There was a couple wide receivers.
So the AFC North matchup, Vikings and Packers. We talked about this one again when we were talking about me and Professor's picks. As much as I would love to see the Vikings win this game, and I would love to see the Vikings win this game, I just can't bet. I think the Packers win this one, and they win this one easy. I don't even think it's a game. I think that, the Packers are going to put up 37, 40 points on them. And the Vikings are only capable of scoring 20, 23 points this season. So I got the Packers big.
I think the Vikings put up a couple late touchdowns, just because they got no choice but to just chuck it. And, I think they end up making it, somewhat of a close divisional game, 31, 20, 27, 28-ish.
So me and part-time nerd here, who is also part of Strikeout Beer, have a bet that if the Detroit Lions finish better than the Chicago Bears, then I have to wear his face on a shirt during the show. And if the Bears finish better than the Detroit Lions do, he's got to wear my face on a shirt for his show.
Oh, there goes the ratings of that show. Sorry, boss. If you need some help, right here.
3-0 with Galladay. Going to be better than the Bears. I disagree.
Maybe
you're going to have to beat the You're going to have to beat the Bears. You're going to have to beat the Bears to be better than them this season.
They'll be a better team than the Bears, but they won't have a better record than the Bears.
Yeah, but the record is all that matters.
I know, and that's why I said his ratings are going down. So if we need some help,
and that's what I get. People are always like, "Oh, they're the worst 5-2 team of all time." Well, look, I could be the worst. worst 11-5 team of all time and win a Super Bowl, and I could be the worst Super Bowl champion of all time. I don't care.
Yeah,
I still win a Super Bowl. What do I care?
No. You shit on my Patriots and say they need to blow it up, and yet you know your Bears are not going to go anywhere in the playoffs, and yet
the Bears don't need to blow it up, though. The Bears need to find a quarterback.
No, they don't. But why don't you just lose this year instead of losing in the first round of the
Because they're already 5-2. You're already going to be picking in the middle of the first round anyway.
You're right down the street. You can go throw the ball for them, and they'll be, they'll finish at 5-11, and you'll get like a top 10 pick, and you'll.
If I throw the ball for them, they'll finish at 2-14 because they're going to find a way to lose 3 of the games they've already won. If I'm their quarterback, so
they're not that bad. Have some faith in your defense.
Oh man! All right, so man, I hope they trade for Cam. If the Bears trade for Cam Newton, you're in trouble.
Who? Us or you?
No, they are.
Are you? Oh, you don't want
Cam Newton with weapons? The Bears have weapons, man. The Bears have something to.
Right. I thought you were unhappy with that trade. Okay.
No, I would be very happy with that trade. Okay. No, I'll come on here. My pants will be 3.5 inches shorter.
Shitting on Cam all season, yet you want him.
I didn't shit on Cam. I said he's not good in New England because he has no weapons.
Oh, okay. Well, I still want him in New England. We just need to get him some weapons next year.
Mr. Hoffme says, fire sale for the Pats on Monday. I agree. Gilmore is gone.
Like I said, New England South is doing quite all right this year. I'm okay with watching Tom for 2 years while New England rebuilds.
It's going to take longer than 2 years to rebuild that offense.
No. Watch next year. They'll freaking contend.
With who? Who's their quarterback next year?
Me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh out loud like that. All right. So the next game here, we don't even have to talk about Chiefs-Jets. Chiefs win this one big. Not even close.
No, I think the Jets get their first W of the year here. Sorry, just Jay's not on the show. I was just trying to add some life to it. Yeah, no, Chiefs.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? What?
No, I'm just trying to add some life as Jay's not here, so someone's got to help him out. So
Jay's not here. That's why the show's good tonight.
Sam Darnold's going to throw for 500 plus yards, and their second halfback that's coming off the practice squad this week is going to run for about 250 and 4 touchdowns.
Sam Darnold could do that if Sam Darnold had any sort of help on the offense.
He's a bust.
No, he's not.
Name me a USC quarterback that's not a bust.
Sam Darnold is not a bust. Sam Darnold plays
Matt
for
Leinart.
the worst organization. Palmer. Sam Darnold's not a bust. I'm telling you right now, Sam Darnold on a good team
Carson
is
Palmer,
a very good
Leinart.
quarterback.
He's, Matt Schaub.
What was wrong with Carson Palmer's career? I'm okay if it's Carson Palmer.
What did it get any of his teams?
He also played on a shitty organization in Cincinnati.
And then he was with Arizona, and they gave him some talent. Not like a Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning, but All
right, next game, Rams and Dolphins. Look, I want to take the Dolphins straight up here. I really, really do. But that Rams defense is so good.
You already took them earlier. You can't go against it now.
No, I took them with the points. I took them plus 3.5.
I thought you said it was 2 a time.
I think it's gonna be a close game. It is 2 a time. I mean, they're starting Tua. It's 2 a time. But I don't. That Rams defense is too good. I don't see how the Dolphins pull this one off. I think it's gonna be a close game. 24-21 type of game.
Yeah, their offensive line is crap, and those defensive backs and the front seven of LA is scary right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, they look really good.
Tua keeps it close.
All right, so then we get to probably the game of the week. Probably the best game on the field. It's a noon game. It is Steelers and Ravens. Steelers and Ravens, man. That is. It's going to be so good, but
it could be so ugly. But I think it'll be a good one.
I think the Steelers stay undefeated. Baltimore is actually a 4-point favorite heading into this game.
And I got them winning 24-20.
The Ravens. You have the Ravens winning 24-20?
I'm going Baltimore this one, yes. I think this is going to be... Hey, we've said they're going to lose 1 to Baltimore. They're not running the table. I think this will be the one. They're at Baltimore. I'm not sure on the fans or not, but I still don't give a rat's about that. I think it's a division game. I think they were off on a bye this past week. I think they find a way to get some of those other offensive weapons involved, and Brown has some big plays. And even though the Steelers have an amazing defensive line, Jackson's legs is going to kind of negate that a little bit. And I think in the red zone, his tight end target is going to be too much for that Steelers team. So yeah, I think he gets it done. I think it's 24-20. I know he hasn't. This is the game.
I haven't seen
him not showing up in prime time. I think this is the game that he shows up and gets it done.
I haven't seen a thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers defense that makes me think that anything is going to be too much for them this year.
Just
so
divisional game,
I mean, if they lose, you're right. It'll be a close game if they lose. I think that I
think it could be ugly and the Steelers could run away with it, but I think
that's what I think happens.
If the Steelers win, I think it's a blowout.
I think
otherwise it's.
I think James Conner runs for close to 200 yards in this one.
Oh, I think the Ravens defense has off the bye week. Harbaugh, I think he has a pretty good game plan set up for this week.
Tua going to get lit up this week.
Yeah. For which take?
I have no clue because this was about 3 minutes ago. So what'd you say 3 minutes ago? I mean, it's probably something stupid because you say a lot of stupid shit. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one he's talking about. 200 yards. That's absurd. It's not absurd.
See,
it's not absurd. The way Connor's been running the ball this year. I would not put it past him for him to run for 170 in this game, and get close to 200 yards. Yeah, absolutely. I could absolutely see that, and I could absolutely see Pittsburgh running away with this thing, 100%. All right, next game here we have got the Chargers and the Broncos. And the Broncos.
Burner.
I think Justin Herbert gets his first win.
Absolutely.
I think the Chargers will go and put on a show. I think this will actually be a really good game. I think it'll be a back and forth game. But from what I've seen from Justin Herbert, man, this kid is the real deal. This kid is the real deal. The quarterbacks that he's gone up against and gone blow for blow with is unbelievable. Justin Herbert's the real deal, and he's going to get his first win this week. And the Chargers will be 3-4.
Yeah, I'm a huge Oregon Ducks fan, and I didn't see this coming out of Herbert. I thought he could be good, but definitely not the first year the way he's been lighting up the league.
All right, then we've got the game that I'll certainly be watching: Bears and Saints here in Chicago. It's actually going to be pretty decent weather on Sunday. A little windy. I got the Bears in this one. If this was in New Orleans, I'd be picking the Saints. But I've got the Bears in this one. I think that Bears defense will stifle the New Orleans offense. They may not have Michael Thomas again. Even if they do have Michael Thomas, the guy just came off an ankle injury and then tweaked a hamstring last week. The Bears can shut this team down, and that Saints defense will allow Foles to do just enough to win this game. Bears will win this one something like 23-20 or somewhere in that area.
Yeah, but the Saints don't rely as heavily on the pass.
Oh shit, he's right. Herbert won last week.
Oh, that's right. Yep, sure, we knew that. We freaking talked about it right after.
Aints for the win. You're wrong. Everybody's wrong about this game except for me this week. No. I'm telling you.
Saints struggling secondary is going to be able to take advantage of the fact that you got one solid weapon. You talk about weapons for Cam Newton. But no, I think the Saints...
you don't think Mooney's a weapon? Mooney's absolutely a weapon if you've got a quarterback that can hit him downfield. Absolutely. I don't know. I can't even count to you how many times he's been open this season just gotten missed.
The Saints secondary is going to be able to handle Mooney. So no, I'm not worried about the Saints secondary. And their run game is going to help them get the W this week. Alvin is an absolute stud.
Yeah, but the Bears can also shut that down.
Yeah, no, Ben's talked about it. He's Saints, and he's going to have the Saints in like the top 5 after this week.
Saints also had the Colts as like the number 3 team to start the year, so I don't even want
to. Saints had the Colts as
talk about Ben's all you want.
Ben's? Yeah, get his name right. His name is Ben's, not Saints.
Whatever, same difference. They both suck.
No, the only one that sucks is you.
Oh, you're fired. All right, 49ers and Seahawks is the next one here. 5-1 Seahawks. The 49ers have been playing better than I thought that they would be, especially with all the injuries that they've had. I still have Russell Wilson in the Seahawks. I still think that they are the second best team in the NFC right now. Their defense isn't very good, but their offense is. And
the Niners are without Samuel too.
Yeah. And the Niners in a shootout, I don't like over anybody. Yeah. So I'm gonna take the Seahawks here.
Yeah, it's much easier to trust Russell Wilson to execute some more big plays than Jimmy G. As much as I want to go with my former Patriots backup, I think Russell Wilson makes more big time plays. They're missing Carson, so they're tailback. But like we said, Deebo Samuel's out, and I think that's a big loss for the 49ers with the jet sweep that they like to run with Samuel. And, he's their big boy that they like to, get the ball to besides Kittle as well. So I think that hurts them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Then the Sunday night game is Eagles and Cowboys. This is Professor's crazy pick of the week. He's got the Cowboys over the Eagles. I just don't see it. I don't see it with DiNucci at the helm. I don't see it with even if Andy Dalton was at the helm. The Cowboys really need to trade for a quarterback this week, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But I got the Eagles in this one, and I've got the Eagles winning this one handedly.
Yeah, I said last week that I had the Eagles, being 4-4-1 or whatnot, so they were going to have to win the next 3. So this is week 2. So, they get the W this week. And who do they have the following week? The Giants? So, they'll win against the Giants. So, they get the W this week and next week against the Giants as well, unfortunately. But then all hell comes loose when they get the Browns after that.
All right. And then Monday night game, we have the Buccaneers and the Giants, your New England South team, as you like to call them. They are not New England South because they have way more weapons than New England's ever had. But you're New England South team just because they have your quarterback and your tight end. But this is another one. I don't even know why we have to talk about it. Buccaneers are going to win this one. They're going to win this one big.
They're rolling.
They're really good. And
defense is nasty.
They're going to stay really good. They are going to absolutely annihilate Daniel Jones. So Buccaneers win this one big.
Defense, like your Bears or the Rams, nobody. You gotta.
This is going to be one of those Monday night games where I'm playing Fortnite with my kids by halftime. Absolutely. All right, so those are our picks for this week, guys. So what else we got here? We got the what did Part-Time Nerd say? Jimmy G sucks. Hawks win huge. With no offensive line, it doesn't matter who's back there at quarterback. He said, your drugs thing came from you saying Jets over Queefs.
I was joking. I was chiming in for Jay. Goodness. You need to open your ears, James.
All right, so
if you seriously think I have the Jets over the Chiefs, you need to lay off the whatever drugs I was supplying you when we were hanging out. Because what, buddy? Jets over the Chiefs.
Oh man! All right, so we've got the trade deadline coming up.
Jay's crazy pick of the week.
Yeah, we've got the trade deadline coming up, and no, he would have picked the Giants again. He's all in on Daniel Jones. He would have picked the Giants on Monday night.
I'd have whooped his ass. We'd have been fighting.
You've got the trade deadline coming up. There are a few teams that need to make moves. There's a few teams that need to unload some decent players. I'm going to throw a crazy one at you. The Falcons need to trade Matt Ryan.
They've already said they're not getting rid of him or Julio, but I think they should get rid of both of them and get what you can. I mean,
it's time to start over in Atlanta.
I think because I think Matty's got somewhat of a decent contract where they, I was reading about it. His value will probably be worth more in the offseason, although they continue. I mean, although their offense is putting up numbers, it's the defense that's hurting them. But
you'll get a first for Gilmore. You might get a first and a third.
Gilmore.
Yeah, they are. You might get a first and a third and probably a player in return for Gilmore. He's worth that. Absolutely. I agree. But no, look, I think that Matty Ice needs to go somewhere. I think Dallas would be a good fit for him. I mean, of course, I'm a Bears fan, so I'd love to see him in Chicago. But
Time out. There is nothing helping the offense with the Cowboys because they were putting up numbers. They were putting up numbers with Dalton and Dak. They were number one, top three the whole year. So it's the defense that needs serious help. Yes, they could use a quarterback, but what they seriously need is defensive linemen, and they just got rid of, one today, two, I think, right? Traded one, released one.
Yeah.
So yeah, they need help on defense. It's not offense that need. I mean, obviously now with Dalton going down too, but they still you can bring in Cam Newton, you can bring in Tom Brady. That Dallas team needs defense.
So let's look at teams around the league. Teams that are going to be sellers, teams that are going to be buyers. Sellers are the Jets, but they've already said that they're not trading Darnold. And I would absolutely move Darnold. If you're going to end up with the number one pick, chances are you're going after Trevor, right?
You think he's coming out? He's already saying he ain't dealing with that dumpster fire.
If I'm the Jets, I'm content with Darnold. I have to realize that I haven't put anything around him. I haven't put a coaching staff around him. I haven't put any weapons around him.
That's all that matters right there. Adam Gase.
I build around Darnold. I don't know why and I said this before, and people said I was stupid for saying that if you have the number one pick, you take the best player available for a spot that you need. So if you need a wide receiver, go take the best wide receiver available. If you don't think he's going to be, if you can't trade that number one pick for the number 2 or 3 pick, you go and you pick the best player available for a spot that you need. You earn that pick. It doesn't have to be Trevor Lawrence. There's nothing in the rules that says it has to be Trevor Lawrence. But people are saying, no, you have to take Trevor Lawrence if you have the number one pick. It's Trevor, you blah, 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 blah. I don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to that notion. I subscribe to you have the number one.
Who else do you want to build around with your number one pick out of this draft?
Out of this draft? Well, if I'm the Jets, I don't need a quarterback, though.
Right, but who's coming out that excites you that you can build your team around?
I haven't really looked at the draft. I don't know. I'd have to look at it to say who I would go with if I was to just. If you can't, again, that's if you can't trade the number one pick for one, and if you can trade the number one pick,
definitely trade it.
If it's at a spot, like say you're trading it to, I don't know, say like somebody like the Carolina Panthers comes up with a crazy deal for you. And they say, here, we'll give you this, this, and this for the number one pick. But you're going to be picking 12th. If your guy won't be available at 12th, your guy that you want won't be available at 12, you don't trade that number one pick. You don't. You go and get your guy at number one if he's not going to be available with the pick that you trade for. You just
that Jets team needs more than a number one overall pick, though. They need a lot of.
I agree. No, the Jets
might need to trade it.
No, the Jets need freaking Jesus is what they need. They need a lot. It's not just a number one pick. There's no number one pick that's out. Even if you bring Trevor onto this team, there's still maybe a 2-14 team as opposed to an 0-16 team next year. They're not very good. They're not well coached. They have no coaching staff. They have no weapons. They have no defense. They have no they are a complete and utter dumpster fire. If it ends up being that the Washington, not Redskins anymore, are, in the top 4 or 5, then yeah, I would try to trade with the Jets and I would try to get up there and I would try to get a Trevor Lawrence. Because if the Washington, not Redskins anymore with Trevor Lawrence, if he's as good as everybody thinks he's going to be, which I think he's a bust, but a lot of people say he's a prototype quarterback and they say I'm crazy for thinking he's a bust. So if he's that good, the Washington, not Redskins anymore, should absolutely trade up to go get that. But let's talk about the trade deadline now, though. Let's talk about the teams that are on the cusp, teams that need to make moves. Your New England Patriots need to make moves. They need to release some guys. They need to trade some guys. They need to create salary cap. They need to do all the things that they need to do to get in position to make some moves in this offseason.
They don't have a single player on that roster this year that makes more than like $10+ million next year or something like that, other than, I think, Gilmore. So, I mean...
So do you trade Gilmore?
I mean...
I know you said they won't, but I think they will, and I think that they do.
You got the best, according to, the rankings and such, everyone's saying the second best, cornerback tandem. And, why, I just don't see Bill looking in the mirror and saying, I need to blow this up and go in rebuild mode. I see Bill thinking, I'm Bill Belichick and I just need some pieces here and here. And I see him trading, like if we get a high first round pick, I see him trading that for, a couple, if he can get to.
Let me blow your mind here for a second, and just, I mean, if you think I'm crazy, then you think I'm crazy. Stephon Gilmore and Cam Newton to the Dallas Cowboys for the Cowboys first, the Cowboys third, and maybe even a fourth.
No.
No?
Nope.
Why not?
I want more than that for Gilmore. Never mind Cam.
Why?
I know you're not going to get much for Cam, but
if you trade Cam on his own, you're probably getting a seventh.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying, like, let's just talk Gilmore. You said what, a first, a third,
you're getting a first, third, and a fourth. What do you mean? You want more than that? You ain't getting more than that for him.
What did the Rams give up for?
Cam's your throw-in on that trade.
Right. What did they give up for Ramsey? Wasn't that like 2 first-round picks? You're telling me we can't get 2 first-round picks for the former Defensive Player of the Year, or a first and a second?
All right. So say you get a first, a third, and next year's second.
No. Because you put Cam and Gilmore on.
You're the worst GM ever.
No, you put Cam and Gilmore on that Dallas team, and they're now turning into, they can make a run in that crappy division.
But what do you care? You're the Patriots and you're rebuilding. What do you care? What a team that's not even in your conference, let alone your division. They're not even in your conference. What do you care about what they do this year? You're not winning.
Like Ben said, do you want to be a mediocre middle of the pack road every year with a middle draft pick? No. So I don't want a 15th, the 15th pick. If you can go trade him to somebody like
Bill's trading that pick anyway.
Yeah, but
Bill's trading that first round pick anyway, so if he's got a 15th, he's going to trade that for 2 seconds. Now you're going to have 3 second-round picks and a third.
Why not trade him to someone like the Jaguars that could potentially end up with a top 10 pick? I mean, if you could,
the Jaguars aren't buyers. That's why you don't trade them to the Jaguars. The Jaguars aren't buyers right now. You have to trade. If you're trading right now, you're trading to a team that's a contender. There's no way that a team that is not a contender is giving you draft picks for some of your top players.
Right, more than likely. But I'm not giving up. I'm not helping the Cowboys and getting like a 15th pick for that.
Did he really? I didn't see that. Yeah, absolutely. The Jags are not making that move. Look, if you're moving Stephon Gilmore and Cam Newton, you're getting a first, a third, a fourth, and maybe a future second or even a future third. But you're not getting all that you want to get. I get that they're your team and you're trying to get more, but
I want a first and a second this year at least. Not a second for next year.
Your dad puts up an interesting one. Trade Gilmore straight up for Julio and package Thuney and Cam for picks.
Sure, but then we're going to be stuck being, I don't know. Do you have an answer at quarterback? Because
just trade him to the Jets. They'll have a number 1 pick. And you know what? The Jets are dumb enough to take that trade too. The Jets are the only organization that would say, "Oh, you'll give us Gilmore for our first? Yeah, let's do it."
You know what? Just because I want to see Flores and Tua be successful, trade him to Miami for I don't give a shit.
You're not trading Gilmore in your division.
I know you're not. I'm just saying I want to see Tua and Flores be successful. So just hand them over for free.
All right. So let's look at my Bears. The Bears need a quarterback for sure, and they need some offensive line help. Do
Would you
the
give a first round
Bears?
for Newton?
Do the Bear? Well, the Bears might. Their GM's awful.
Exactly.
So the Bears probably would get fleeced on a deal for Cam right now. They probably would give you a first in 2 seconds for Cam, but you'd have to give us Gilmore too. But you would get everything that you just asked for Cam and Gilmore. God, the Bears would be dangerous with Gilmore and Cam.
Sure, I would do that if you want to give us a first and a second for Gilmore.
Dude, for Gilmore and Cam, I will give you a first, a second. I'll give you my oldest son. I'll give you
No, I don't want you to say that.
I'm giving you everything that I can give you to get that over here in Chicago.
None of them made it. None of them are going pro. You're not doing something right, man. Come on.
He said just got the ESPN alert on it. I'm looking at my ESPN alerts.
I was trying to look that up too, and something was.
I didn't get it. I got the Blackhawks loan center to Canada, and
yeah, we should let
WBC boxers scored a knockout on Family Feud. I don't know. Whatever.
Good for him. Yeah, he did test positive. Outburst Boston College.
Oh, God.
BC, let's go Eagles!
That's going to be a debacle. But all right, guys. So we are out of time here today. It's been fun. Hoffy, you're a nutbag, but it's been fun. Jets
Jay
over
wasn't
Chiefs.
here today,
Remember,
so
Hoffy's got Jets over Chiefs. Everybody, he picked it.
not.
Jets over Chiefs. So
I was helping Jay out with his crazy pick of the week.
All right. Hoffy picked Jets over Chiefs. One last time. Jets over Chiefs is Hoffy's crazy pick of the week.
It's done. It's I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today.
This game is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good. And it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here. That's what you've earned here tonight. Their time is done. It's over.